Okay, so just got back from LA and I picked up a book that a lot of people have told me to pick up. I'll link it, I guess, but it's James Seekman's book on the short game. It's so far it's really good. I've read the first 4 chapters, 3 or 4 chapters on the plane. Just a lot of things that resonated have been things coaches have told me, whether it be Dana or Scott or Brian Pate, around setup, grip, and then some takeaway stuff. So, like I've said in the past, I don't play enough golf to do course vlogs kind of only. So I will do some of these quick updates just to, I guess, kind of show like a normal day. So I've been with the kids all day. It is just a little after 5 o'clock. So I'm going to run out, do a quick pitching, finesse wedge, as James would say, session. Then I'm going to get a general strength circuit, which is real simple. I'll film that, but it's just going to be a real short one today. Little practice. I'll talk through it a little bit, but then it'll just be a quick workout and that's it. All right, so let's talk general goals just to start. In general, the biggest thing I'm taking away today, or the thing I'm going to work on, is really just the setup. So I have a tendency to set up like everything as a full swing shot or a power shot, where I'm looking at compression, so like forward shaft lean, ball speed, divot after the ball, like whatever you want to think about when it comes to generating power is kind of like what I practice. So when I get to my short game, especially shots like under 30 yards, it's like the opposite of what you want. Instead of feeling like I'm going to lean my shaft and get left and have this long left arm, which creates a lot of tilt in my upper body, I think the biggest thing that I took from those first few chapters is feet close, almost like level, soft lead arm. Now everything can still kind of be like you would think, shaft ahead, nose, sternum, belt buckle, sort of trying to be all in a line instead of more tilted like you would in a full swing. And then from there, so like let's say that's number one, it's just checking myself in camera, hitting these nice little shots. So that was an 18-yard carry, 29 launch, 5,700 spin. Using my normal golf ball Callaway Chrome Soft XLS, my wedge. And so all I'm looking to do again is feel like nose, sternum, belt buckle, all in line. Now I'm going to start talking more things. That's number one, pressure left. Now I'm going to soften the trail hand grip. So I tend to have a pretty strong hands ahead grip for my full swing. Now we're going to start to look at softening things up. Kind of relaxed. I have a hard time letting this lead arm go soft. But you can even, I don't know if you can hear that, but that was more of a shot I would never hit, where the club interacted early, but then kind of slid along the ground, hit a fine shot. But since I did that, it was a little bit higher launch, 32.5 degrees instead of that 29. A little bit less spin at 5,500, so a couple hundred RPMs, nothing crazy. But again, I'm just focused, shoulders down, lead shoulder down. And just nice, 19 yards, 5,600 spin. So it's a pretty nice little shot. Not trying to do anything. This is just like a stock pitch shot. Okay, so then the last little bit, if I were to talk about the last little bit of what I've read and the last little bit of what I'm gonna try to apply to myself, would be keeping the cup in my lead wrist so that the toe of the club is up. Whereas again, in the full swing, I'm typically taking it back almost neutral to bowed, lead wrist feel, club face looking back at the golf ball. Whereas that sort of openness feels very weird to me. So I'll hit a few like this. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch this and listen to me ramble. But the goal is, again, if I just cover that, things in my head, nose, sternum, belt buckle, all in front of the golf ball and all stacked on top of each other. Very level shoulders, hopefully that feels. Weak right hand grip, and then feel like the toe rolls open, maintaining the cup in that lead wrist. All right, so I'm gonna hit a few of these and we'll come back and check in. Okay, so what's it been? I don't have my watch on, but it's been, gosh, it's now close to 6:30. So you can probably hear the kids, but gonna get a workout in. And today is a general strength circuit, so I'm gonna do some cardio and then just not really any mobility or like warm up, because I'm just gonna go into like a series of body weight exercises, which is, if I'm remembering correctly, like it's a plank series, lower legs, so like calf series. Then I think it's something we call back, so it's like posterior chain, glutes and hamstrings for the most part, and then a wrist pronation, supination drill. I'm not going to film the cardio because that's super boring. I'm just going to hop on the elliptical for 20 to 30 minutes. And I'm going to go through this. It's 2 circuits of all those things. I think I'm remembering it all. But it's just 2 circuits, and I'll kind of detail that. I'll probably just film it and do a voiceover. Keep it easy. Okay, so hopping into the voiceover, we're going through a pedestal series here, which is like a torso or an abdominal circuit. However, we're going to load the shoulders in flexion, extension. We're going to abduct and adduct. We're going to do kind of everything we can to load the entire body in sort of like call it a unique way. So we did a plank with a leg raise. Now this is called a reverse plank, I guess. But this position's extremely challenging. Loading those loading the shoulders in extension like that, you forget how often or how little you ever do that. So then we move right on to the long lever, so long arms. And we flip over to the back and do the exact same thing on the back side. So we're training, both sides, the pelvis, the whole hip complex, the glutes, the hip flexors, the abs, the shoulders, the hamstrings, sort of like the entire body in a fairly, I want to say non-strenuous, like non-intense method of training. So it's not heavy weights. It's not super high speeds. It's just this nice sort of body weight challenge. And it's loading, again, like I said, the shoulders in particular, and in positions you don't often load them, especially as we get older. And then the rest of the body, the trunk, the torso, kind of everything that you're after as a golfer, just making the back, abs, hips, just generally stronger and more fit. Now you can see we've gone from side planks, short and long levers, to a knee bent or a flexed knee hip extension in a plank. And now we're going to attempt to do it on the back. You'll see me kind of laugh because my elbows here are so sweaty that I'm basically sliding, trying to hold my position and trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. And I'll end up adjusting where I'm at. But the second go around, I actually get a couple of like towels to get myself to stay put, because essentially you can see me trying to hold the mat. I'm just like sliding all over the place. Very challenging on the backside, very challenging for the shoulders for me. Move into just some low reach crunches. I still think crunches get like this bad rap that you shouldn't do them or they're not useful, but just like anything, they're just a general means to do some strength work. Then a crunch with a low reach, again, just making the whole middle of the body, the back, the abs, move through kind of different ranges, and just accumulating sort of volume of work. Once these are done, I run through this twice, and then I go on to a lower leg circuit, which is just toes out, toes forward, toes in, and then a dorsiflexion. This is sped up a little bit. But again, just a general strength exercise for the basically calf and ankles, looking to prepare for more intensive plyometrics, more maybe intensive elastic type work, maybe if I can get myself back in shape and start sprinting again. But again, just preparing the body in the short term for maybe long-term progress, and not just jumping into something that you want to do because you saw a cool video that, somebody did something impressive jumping. So this is just the boring work that you do first so you don't get hurt when you go do the fancy looking stuff. Then we're on to this back routine. So back being basically the whole back of the body. So hamstring, glutes, back. This is the Jefferson curl. You can see my knees are a little more bent than they should be. I do adjust that, but essentially what I'm trying to do is round the back, call it like vertebra by vertebra. So I'm trying to go upper back, mid back, low back, and then extend. So kind of curl my way back up. Just trying to make the back used to flexion and extension. Easier to do it in this very controlled, slow environment rather than asking yourself to do it during a golf swing for the first time. So again, just long-term progress in mind, just keeping things healthy. Then we move to a feet on wall. So we'll start with the bilateral stance, both legs at the same time, basically just doing a glute bridge. So hamstrings, glutes, Nothing special here, nothing you haven't probably seen before. And we're just going to go through this again, this general accumulation of work. So double leg, we're going to move into single leg, same type of deal. Just trying to work on the hip extension muscles. Again, accumulate volume, switch legs. Probably could have done this quicker, or the voiceover aspect quicker. But nonetheless, we're going to go from on the wall to feet on the ground, moving into the single limb on the ground. Again, I've cut out reps. I think everything was in like the 15 rep range. And then we got a straight leg bridge. Now, my legs are probably a little more bent than they should have been. Again, watching this stuff on film is always kind of funny because you pick things up that you wouldn't have. Now, similar to the lower leg stuff, this is like lower forearm, lower arm, wrist pronation, supination. You always got to remember the hands are like the only attachments to the golf club. And with that being said, they take a huge sort of brunt of responsibility to deal with all the forces of the golf club sort of whipping through space. Now, I've paid the price on my left wrist when I was young. I used to have sort of like wrist pain. I guess you call it like chronic wrist pain. And then when I got into long drive or just chasing the speed thing, as I upped my sort of speed work and the amount of golf balls I hit, I quickly realized I hit too many golf balls too quickly and sort of hurt my lead hand thumb. So this is just, again, like this outlook of the long term of prepping the body to get prepared to deal with all of the increased speed work as I get back into swinging fast. It's been a long time, so this is just like the basic work to try and make sure that I don't get hurt when the bigger, more serious stuff starts. Okay, so day 2, it's Friday. Did our morning chat with Next Gear, doing the Friday Q&A, and I'm about to start a training session, which is going to be unlike yesterday, which was like a very generic general strength circuit. Today is going to be much more high intensity, speed related swings, warm-ups, 4 sets of 5, speed work, extensive jumps, barbell jumps, hang cleans, and then some abs and upper back stuff. So it's a much more high intensity day, even though it's an unloading week. So the total volume and stuff is down a little bit, quite a bit. But the intensity is still there. And then I think next week we go back up and load again. So as always, I'm going to hop on the elliptical just to kind of get the heart rate going, get warm before I start my general warm up, go into my speed work, and then kind of into the gym work. So here we go. Okay, just warming up for speed work. I always find success using the heaviest stick. Just kind of moving in a continuous nature. Just thinking, build the wind up. So that when it's time to go faster, I've done it. Basically just like more specific warm-up for rotation, I guess you'd call it. Just continuous, heavy, slowly building into bigger swings. Okay, so we did the heavy stack swings. Now we've got a blue stick. Just working my way up sets of 5, kind of progressing in intensity. So set of 5 at 80 miles an hour, set of 5 at 95 miles an hour, set of 5 at 106. We're getting closer, so we'll do a set of 3. That's 120. 120. 121. So you can see just kind of building up, getting ready for the speed swings. So we got 4 sets of 5 step back swings. This is what, my 3rd session doing speed work. So I don't anticipate anything great. If I hit something in the mid 130s with this blue speed stick, I'm happy. Considering it used to be like in the 150s, I think most people would be kind of worried when things get slow, but you got to remember, like, I'm sore from training, tired from training, and it's been a long time since I've done speed work. So to be expected, 130 anything above 130, I'm happy today. So 4 sets of 5. Oh, didn't get the first one. 28, 128. 26. 28. 28. 27. So you can see that's super slow, but that's fine. Okay, last set of 5 swings. First set was in that 126.7 range. From then on, it's been like 129, 130. Fourth or fifth set. Well, actually, yeah, this is my 4th set of 5. Highest one so far is 132. So, like I said, nothing great, but it's a starting point. So, last set of 5. 129. Oof. 30. 31. 31. I think that was my 4th swing. 32. All right. So, okay. So, in essence, tore my glove. The goal of this step back drill is to get my pressure shifting fast and hard off the golf ball so that I work hard to recenter and sort of use that pressure shift off to fuel or to generate my landing left so that I can swing. But, excuse me, I'm out of breath. In essence, you're trying to get momentum, pressure, and speed into the backswing to wind the body up so we can take advantage of that. Okay, so now this is going to be a little bit embarrassing because I'm out of shape, but we're going to do a extensive jump series. So in place, forwards, backwards, and lateral. 10 jumps a piece. This is going to be, what, 70% effort? Something like 70% effort, 70, 80%. 10 reps, in place, forward, backward, lateral. So, the cement is crooked, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Take a little 10-15 second rest. I think that's what it says. Again, I keep looking at my phone because that's the app, this Next Gear app we're following. Go from one to the next. All right, so F my life. You're gonna hear me breathe because I'm out of shape. That's good. You can see me slowing down. Holy shit balls. Legs are trash from 2 days ago already. Okay, after that miserable display of extensive jumps, we got a few sets of 6 continuous jumps, but more for like power, not just extensiveness. So sets of 6 continuous. All All right, so we got another set of 6 jumps. I've got 25-pound dumbbells, about 25% of my body mass. Legs are toast. Okay, last set of 6 here. Then we're moving on to hang cleans. Oh, my legs are toast. Okay, so don't have much room between me and the camera, just from the space perspective. But we got 2 sets of 3. Well, there's a rep range, but I'm gonna do 2 sets of 3 hang cleans. I'm gonna start with, what is this? 2, 4, 6, 70, 80 kilos. See how it goes. That was pretty easy. Go up a little. Okay, second and final set will go 90 kilos, set of 3. And now you're looking at the thing go, like the training session go from warm up to speed to sort of extensive plyometric or elastic work. Now this is sort of like your power, speed, strength, whatever you want to call it. And then after this, we're going to just do some relaxing. We're going to do some more bodybuilding styled fitness work, call it torso, upper back. But the main work will be done after this set. Let's see how this feels. Oh, it's a lot heavier. All right, that was a big jump. Got it done. Little upper back circuit, just shoulder health.